All right, everyone, welcome back to another video. Here I'm with a special guest. As I told you in a previous video, I've had him on my channel once before, and he is back, the one, the only, Harnoor Singh, or as you might know him, Singh in USA. Nice to have you here.
Pleasure to be back. Hi guys, I recently graduated as a master's and undergrad student doing computer science from Georgia State, and it's a pleasure to be back here.
It's great. So you've been really successful in a lot of the things that you've done. Not only have you graduated college, which I have yet to do, but you're also a software engineer, mobile software engineer, I think. And you are a successful YouTuber. You have about 400,000 subscribers. Just it's crazy because the last time we talked, you were at around 220, 230K subscribers. Now you've doubled that amount. So that is crazy.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, I just wanted to, sit down and ask you a few questions about college, maybe about dating, about YouTube, and maybe wrap up with fishing through some of your DMs to see if you can find something spicy in there.
Sure.
So yeah, let's go ahead and just begin with the most basic question I think would be about college. Right? Just imagine that there's a few college students who come up to you, or even high schoolers that come up to you and ask, what's the one thing that you would recommend for us to really prepare to be successful in college?
Sure. So one thing I think that pretty much changes the game when you are in college is, practicing the stuff that you will be learning in advance. So pretty much whatever you're going to learn, you can find it online already. And if you can find materials online and be prepared and be ready for the next step, but all the other students will be, one step behind you. So if you can do that, you will be ahead of the game already, and then you will be successful for sure because you already know what's coming next. You are already prepared for the homework in advance. And same thing happened for my Spanish class. I was always asking the professor, why are we skipping this chapter? I already prepared for it. And so I was planning, I was trying my best to pursue whatever I was learning to be in the ahead of the game in whatsoever class I am. So that was the biggest factor. And other than that, I personally think that a lot of professors do not change their exams. So, yeah, so wait, that doesn't mean that you should take from other students. I mean, if you compared the online, for example, UC Berkeley has already, given their exams. So a lot of questions do repeat. It's not exactly same. The concept might be same, the values and stuff like that. The vocab words in other classes might be different. So, I just search, hey, the physics mechanics exam of UC Berkeley or whatever school I can find. For example, CMU also has some of their exams available. So you can find them and practice through them. And I think 90 to 95% of the questions are same, but the values are different. You can practice them, all the concepts, practice them well, and the structure is almost the same, so it helps.
So I guess from the first tip, I guess you could just extrapolate that you should probably read ahead in the class material, and then find similar tests from other resources and from other colleges to better prepare for each exam.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's absolutely legal. If you take from other student, from the same professor, that's considered unethical. But from online, from other universities, that's completely fine.
So I've done interviews with other friends of mine that are successful. I did an interview with one of my friends who currently he has an offer from Amazon, and he interned there last summer, and he also gave a lot of advice. And I think the way you two think is kind of similar actually, and the way I think is actually I haven't done any of that stuff. So definitely I think they're good. That's good advice. Okay, so now we've covered the most general college question. Let's talk more about some college specifics. So we're CS majors. Right. So for CS in particular, if you were to name a habit that you might have had whilst in school as a CS major, is there any specific thing that you did while in school that kind of helped you prepare for interviews or finding a job or internship or anything like that?
Yep. So that was the connections I had. So we always had, an Excel sheet in common. The companies we had already applied to, we used to color them with green or check mark. and we used to compare, like, this is the column for one of my friends, this is the column for me, this is the column for my other of my friend, and we used to keep on adding the list of companies we are applying every day. So this actually helps you in searching on your own for more companies and keep on adding the list. And through this we applied for around 1,000 companies, and then the chances, it's about the numbers game. If you increase the numbers, then the odds of you getting an interview call also increases.
But like, so it'd be kind of easy to burn out, and I've covered this on my channel before on like burnout. But like applying to like thousands of companies at once would be really tiring, right? So is there anything like, did you like batch apply, or did you like schedule out a moment of your time to do all the applications? Or
no, I didn't automate the process. I personally thought that automating the process will take as much time as applying to all the companies at once. So I was always with the friends, and taking through the list. We had lists in common. A lot of people do maintain a list of the companies they have applied to, so that they can check, oh, there's a pending answer from that company that's left. So if you don't get an answer, you can connect with the HR and try to send a message to the HR on LinkedIn, or you can email. So you can definitely follow up if you don't get the answer in 1 to 2 months. If the company is very important or it's in the top list of you really want to work for that company, then you can definitely do that. So that's why we all maintain that list. We don't randomly apply and forget about it.
Okay.
So that's the big factor.
Sweet. I'm also doing kind of something similar where I have like a Excel. It's not Excel. I use Notion.
Yeah, I use Notion too now.
Yeah.
I didn't know about Notion back like a year ago, but later on now I use Notion every day.
I feel like it's also because like everyone's talking about it. Like if you go on YouTube, like all of the really like the Thomas Frank or Matt Diavella, all these really popular productivity YouTubers are all like using Notion. I find it's really useful in terms of like I have a company spreadsheet, and so I actually use the table databases. So I say assessment, phone interview, virtual interview, and I check if it's done or not done. And that helps me keep track of everything in like a really organized manner. So
they also have like the applications template. You can go through it, and it has a bunch of colors already there. You don't have to make a manual template. You just have to name the companies and put the URL on one side, and you're good to go. It's so convenient.
The coloring is I love that the most. Like you don't have to manually like select anything. So that's great. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna ask one last question on college before we move on to other topics. So throughout your 4 years of college, you've also made a channel off of interviewing other people who've gone to really amazing universities, Harvard, MIT, all these big name colleges. If you were to say like one regret that maybe you hadn't done in college, or other people you interviewed like had regrets on, in terms of just things that they might not have been able to accomplish, or maybe things that they would have done differently, what's like the biggest point that you could think of?
Yeah, I personally think if I compare myself to the students from different, better universities, I think the only thing that I have personally missed out on is the peer group. It could have been even more better, but I'm really happy with the peer group that I was with. But if I think about the things that I have experienced better as compared to other students, is that I got a little bit more time in the end. They were like, their courses were much difficult than mine. For example, if you go to MIT, they have very limited free time left.
True.
So they don't get a chance to enjoy the perks that they get on campus. For example, in our CRC or Rec Center, right? We have Rec Center, you have CRC.
Right.
So we have a lot of classes, swimming classes, those classes like abs workout, circuit training, and kickboxing. So I've gone for all of those classes. I go there regularly.
Okay.
So I really got a chance to experience a wholesome college life, college experience. So that was the best part. I think not everyone in those top universities, when they're trying to be ahead academically, they're not able to balance out their social and other life.
Yeah.
But I still have missed some of it. For example, I didn't date anyone in college, so...
You didn't?
Yeah, no. I did try, but I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I went on a couple dates, but didn't date a single person.
Okay, well, now that I want to talk about dating, let's just go ahead and smoothly segue that into our next topic of discussion. I'm just gonna ask you straight out, how many people have you dated so far?
Oh, now it must be 7, I think. 7. No. What happened? How many? What about you?
For me, it's 2.
Oh,
So I'm more of like if I'm really into you, then I'll try to like make the move and like
ask out.
take the next step, ask someone out. But so recently, I've been more of the mindset that I'm not ready yet to be like a boyfriend to someone, because for me the reason why I actually broke up with my most recent ex was because I was being too focused on other things that I was trying to do rather than on like the relationship, which is kind of like why that's like one of my biggest regrets, but also like what kind of drove me to like this mindset where I am now, where I want to be in a position where I can give all of my attention and all of my like care and support towards that person. But like if I'm always trying to like reach towards some other goal that I have, I won't be able to do that. So I've been trying to work like my butt off for the past year to get to a point where I'm in a position where I can say, yeah, I'm like, I can date, or like I can, meet someone, ask that person out, and then be a proper like responsible boyfriend. Yeah, that's always been like my auto response.
wow, so interesting. Yeah, but the number is big for me because I did a lot more now as compared to before. But it was just like few attempts. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, so
But I'm
like,
learning. Yeah, learning.
you're learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so for each of the 7, were they like short periods of time each, or like were some of them like actual like?
No, just one date. That's
Oh,
it.
one
Like
day.
one to 2
Okay.
dates with
Okay,
each of them. That's it.
Okay. For that, how many have you like actually like asked out properly? Like in terms of like longer than a day long relationship?
No, so dating means like dating for few days. You mean? Okay, wait. I think that was a wrong answer I gave in that case. I've never dated anyone. So I thought dating means you went on a date. That I went on a date 7 times with 7 girls. That's it. Is that the same?
Wait. No. So you went on 1-day dates with 7 different girls? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
not
saying?
1 day, like 2 to 3 hours.
Oh my god. Okay. I think for a lot of people, right, the definition of dating would be like you ask someone out and then you date for like at least like weeks, if not months.
Oh.
Like that type of dating. Not
Oh,
like...
that's it. I've never done that.
Okay.
I
So
don't
the
know
answer
the
is 0 for you. Okay, and here I was thinking like you were some ladies' man or something like
Yeah.
Casanova going out to date like 7 different girls.
No, that's what I'm trying to explain. I told you yesterday as well.
That's right. You went on one of those 1-day dates, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like 2 days. Oh my goodness. Okay, we were on a totally different page in terms of dating. Okay, your definition of dating just means like hanging out with a girl for like a couple hours and that's it. Like,
I thought that's the meaning. I didn't know exactly what you're
okay,
trying
so
to say.
what would you call like a couple who've been in a relationship but they're not married yet, not engaged yet? What would you call them?
The dating. Right?
Okay. So 1-day things are usually I'd call them flings, right?
They're called flings.
They're called flings because it's like a 1-day thing, several hour thing, and it's like you move on to the next person, you know?
But it's because of the fact that I didn't connect, or they didn't connect, or the connection wasn't there, or they stopped responding. That's the reason. Or failure.
Okay. So you went on blind dates, basically.
Yeah.
Blind dates. Okay.
Yeah.
So but you weren't actually dating anybody.
No.
For. Okay. We got that clarified now. Okay, that's okay. Like I'm not judging, right? Like, people have their own preferences, but when I heard 7, I thought they were like at least a couple weeks, if not like a couple months or like half a year or something like that.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know the exact meanings. I'm learning, right?
Okay. I mean, that makes me feel a little bit better, like. Okay.
But I mean, some of them were virtual. It's not exactly 7. In person would be 4 to 5, and 2 virtual. So
2 virtual and then 4 to 5 in person. I think your definition of dating, if you combine all 7 of your dates together, it wouldn't equate to like even a week worth of my dating. Like,
yeah, that.
Okay. Yeah, my longest relationship was like 6 months. It was like half a year or something like that. So okay, in my mind, 7 of those types of dating would be like 3.5 years worth of dating and doing nothing else. And so you can see like where I got a little bit confused. So no one yet, like you went on 7 blind dates, no one really clicked with you at all. Just
I mean, I was nervous sometimes. Maybe my fault. I'm learning, right? So first time experiences.
Okay. I don't know if you've talked about it on your channel at all. I know you've made a couple of videos on dating, but it's like, I swear, you never mentioned how long your dates were. So I felt like you dated these people for like longer periods of time than just a few hours. You hear it here, folks. This man's never been on more than a few hour date. Okay. So now that we've properly exposed you to the whole world, let's go ahead and talk about a more serious topic, YouTube. So YouTube has been one of those things. I've been doing it for a year, and you've been doing it for
2 years.
2 years.
2.5. Yeah.
2.5 years. And so you can kind of see the difference between your channel and my channel, where I'll be honest, like I haven't been doing the most effort in terms of I don't know, like I haven't done as much as I should be to be like growing it, and you know, that's something that I'm learning as well. And for me, it was just a lot of times I'd be really busy, and so I wouldn't think about the most important things, which is titles and thumbnails, which I still suck at. So maybe you could shed some insight on that later on. But yeah, I mean, for you, like as a successful YouTuber, what's been like, has like your life changed at all since like becoming a successful YouTuber?
No, I'm basically the same person.
Same.
Yeah, if YouTube would have been there or not have been there, I would have been living in the same apartment, in terms of standards as well, pretty much the same level. So nothing really changed. Only thing is people sometimes recognize. That's the only thing.
Recognize.
Otherwise, I'm basically the same person before.
Okay, that's
I'm not sure I understand.
okay.
I'm not sure what happened.
It was Siri. Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like also I guess in terms of like just monetary like things, like a lot of the times a lot of people that just assume that just huge YouTubers get just monstrous amounts of money you know, to like to make lavish videos or just to improve their lifestyle or anything like that, from sponsors, from, you know, YouTube AdSense revenue, things like that. What's been like your experience in terms of just making money from YouTube?
I think because people in US who have audience base in US, they have better income, 10 times more for sure. For example, Casey Neistat, he charges $10,000 to $50,000 for one sponsored video.
Yeah.
And no one else can do that, right? So
he is one of a kind.
Yeah, in India, if someone cannot even go close to that for one video. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really difficult. I mean, people with obviously 20 million subscribers can go there, but with an audience base like him, if you compare both, the audience base is same 1 billion views per video, you cannot reach that point. It's so hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting actually, because a lot of people, in terms of like just big YouTube, you know, big numbers, they just equate it automatically to big money. So it's interesting that the CPM is different.
Very low.
From
just a quick example, let's say you want to buy YouTube Premium, right? It costs $12 per month in the US. In India, it costs 100 rupees per month, close to that. So
isn't that like not a lot?
Yeah, that's basically $1.5. So if you compare $12 versus $1.5, it's 10 times less already. So you can see that in that case, income would be 10 times less as well.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So
So because your base is mostly
India.
just India.
Yeah.
So okay, I see. But like in terms of like sponsors as well, like because currently you're working as a software engineer, right? You also do YouTube, right? And that's like supplementary income. Are you at a point where you could like just if you lost your software engineer or just decided to not do it at one point, do you think you could sustain yourself at the current moment?
No, not at all. Not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's really hard. Yeah. But I don't chase money that much, so I'm not after it. I'm just happy, like as long as I can buy the necessary stuff, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's all really YouTube should be about, right? It's like you see it like all these big YouTubers talking about like, you know, making money or like how they spend so much and like, you know, I spend X amount in a week or whatever. Like, I mean, it's fine, you know, they have that ability to do so, you know, a lot of people are interested in it too, so that's good. But some people, when they're thinking about YouTube, all they're thinking about is money. They just think about how these YouTubers make so much, and honestly, it's just the most successful YouTubers are just, they don't care about the money.
Yeah.
And I think you can agree to that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a thing that exists.
Yeah, we care about the value the video adds to their lives. For example, like I'm making a lot of scholarship videos. I know that the market is pretty less, but I really want to make all those videos. I really enjoy making them. These scholarships can help other students get the funding opportunities that they might not even know about. So that was cool.
All right, so yeah, I'm guessing like for some of your audience, some of them like have their own YouTube channels. What would you recommend for like those people who just kind of want to start out and try it out? Would you like, what recommendation would you have for them?
Sure, I would say that definitely go for it. Smartphone is enough. If you see, I know a lot of creators, even with 20 million subscribers, who just use their smartphone and, you know, making the best videos without microphone, just by holding it, and they are able to manage. I did the same. I have done it a couple of times, and even to the point of 200,000 subscribers, I did it. I still do it because when I'm outside, I still use my phone. I use my camera only at home because it's really difficult to carry a heavy camera in my backpack at all times. So, smartphone and the content, thumbnail and title, that's all you need. That's
okay. Excellent. All right. Yeah. So. Let's go ahead, close out the video today. I think we learned a lot just by, you know, looking into someone who's more successful than me in like literally every single category. He's graduated college, he has a job, and he has 400k subs. Meanwhile, I'm still in college, I don't have a job yet, and I'm at less than 1k. So I think that's been a lot of great insight in terms of just, you know, what being successful looks like. And so I really appreciate having you here with me, lending me some of your time. As a closer, I just wanted to, I mean, I said in the video, so I kind of have to do it now. Let's look through some of your DMs and see if we can find something spicy to talk about. If we don't find anything, disclosure, we can't disclose anything personal, but if you find something funny, then we'll read it out loud and maybe get some laughs out of it. I don't know. I literally don't know. I get some DMs sometimes, but this guy gets hundreds of DMs, hundreds.
So nothing special. Like some of the girls are texting, hey, hi. They're asking about my landlord. A lot of people talk about my landlord very often. You have seen him?
I've seen him in some of your videos.
Oh wow, you have.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
People like my landlord more than me. I sometimes
really
think. Yeah, he gets more attention than me. Some people are asking how
do you get
Atlanta
so much
became
free
Freelanta.
That's one of the things that I just noticed, like, because some of the people from our first video that we collabed together with started mentioning Freelanta. I had no idea what Freelanta was. They just asking like Freelanta. I was like, yeah, like, yeah.
Nothing spicy, but mainly questions about me and did you test that iPhone, the coffee shop? So like mainly about devices, college life, and nothing special. Yeah, sometimes I do get some spicy messages, but it's really hard to find.
Well, hopefully we managed to answer some of the things that might have been going into your DMs. We've fully talked about college. We fully exposed his dating life. We talked about major questions on YouTube. So I think this has been a really, really informative, productive session. And so yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching my video today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it useful. And if you'd like to see more exciting content, cinematic, exciting vlog content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel by hitting that red button down below. It really helps me out. If you'd like, go ahead and leave a comment down below.
Yeah, comment down below what type of content you would like to see from him. Yeah.
And if I find something interesting, I might like a question or maybe a really endearing message for you. I might pass it on to Harnoor. So leave your best comment down below and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps me out a lot. And I'll catch you in the next video.
Yeah.
Ciao.
See you.
Yeah, you did it. You wrote it all the way from there, all the way to there.
Yeah, thanks.
Good job.
Perfect. That's like.